Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? We are back in the building. What's going on, y'all, man? You are here now with Respect the DJ with DJ Swift. He is I and I am he. Live on SStreetMedia.net and .info. You can also find us on that Ustream.tv/SStreetMedia. You can also find us on a YouTube page under S Street Media. Y'all see the consistency of where we going. Y'all see the system of how we doing this. You can also follow us live and direct on our Instagram page at Respect the DJ with DJ Swift. And of course, you can follow me on my direct page at DJ Swift 37. But here on Respect the DJ, we like to study and analyze the culture of DJing and music and entertainment here. So at this time, I just like to say welcome back to everybody here at Respect the DJ. We starting season 3, episode 1, live and direct here in this building, baby. And I am honored to say that our first guest for season 3 is a dope DJ, female DJ. We got people dropping stuff, but it's all right. We live here, baby. This is what we do. But my guest to my left, sitting here, is a dope female DJ. I believe now hailing out of Brooklyn.
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken, hailing out of Brooklyn. Via around New York City. We're going to jump into exactly where in New York City she is from. But we got the lovely Miss DJ Toni B in the building.
What's good? Thank you so much for having me.
Man. Yes, thank you for coming out. Thank you for hanging out with me. It would usually be with us, but some of us are not here. Big shout to my co-host DJ Quest and Miss Paris. Big shout out to y'all. Quest, I hope you feel better. I hope you get better. Y'all don't worry, there's no COVID. He just had a bum leg. He couldn't make it out to the podcast today, but he is doing okay. He is healthy. The family is good. Everybody is good. I've been in touch with everyone. So I have to ask you, how are you?
I am wonderful.
That is dope.
I am wonderful. I just got back from a hiatus. I took a time out for a little bit, like a week.
Oh, I just did the same.
Work and just
nice.
Disconnected a little bit, so I needed that.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a whole new do nothing type of moment.
Yeah, I had being trapped in these 4 walls for the last 5 months now.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's been a roller coaster. Mentally, physically, I notice I can't stand too long now. I can't sit too long now. I'm like, I just lay there stiff sometimes just to, stretch out my body. But you have to stay active, because if you just sit there like I did for like 2 weeks, your body reacts.
Yeah. It's this whole pandemic COVID thing was a game changer.
Yeah,
it was a total
so
game changer.
That I'm sure we're going to get into, but yeah, it's been definite game changer, and I don't know how things are going to go back to normal. I don't see that happening anytime soon.
I don't think it's ever going to go back to what it used to be.
Yeah,
I don't think what it used to be is going to be what to expect. There's definitely going to be some change going on. I mean, there's already change now. There's people sitting outside in the street, eating, and people are comfortable walking 6 feet away, or they're actually telling you like, hey, stay right there, So that's different. I mean, not so different for New York, but it is still kind of different.
New York is like their personal space anyway.
Yeah.
So we don't like too many people up on us anyway. So, but around the country, I've only been to maybe 2 states so far, and it didn't seem like it was a pandemic. You get there and it's like, everybody's chilling. They still have curfews depending on where you go, 10 p.m. curfews or 8 p.m. curfews. But outside of that, it's annoying that the stores are closed. I definitely had some loss, during the pandemic, unfortunately.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Loved ones and friends and family, God rest their souls. But, we just don't know. A lot of the media is not sharing everything with us.
Right.
So it's really heart-wrenching seeing all these stories, people passing, but they could be going in for other reasons and coming out, supposedly with COVID.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know what they might have found, or the whole medical terms.
Or they
But-
sneezed, happened to
right,
sneeze
or
in the
something.
hospital.
Oh, COVID.
Right.
No, so that's not cool. But just trying to get through day by day. Still working remotely.
Oh, that's blessed. That's
so
good.
God bless that, because I was consulting for some time and I just wasn't happy. And I found a place where I finally can fit in and do what I need to do. As far as the IT part of my life is concerned. So I love it. I like my job.
Okay.
So many years I couldn't say that.
I
It was
understand
so many
that.
years.
I understand that.
Yep.
So for those that here on Respected DJ watching and listening, for those that don't know who Toni B is, please explain, like, who is Miss Toni B?
I am a creator, either a creator of laughs or a creator of just venting, talking about certain topics that may encourage thought, to have a conversation. Some people may hit me up directly. Some may comment in the comments, but it's just to spark a different way of thinking, because I felt like I changed a lot during this quarantine. I don't know about everybody else, but energy is so important. And I know everybody preaches about energy, but
Yeah.
if you
Vibes.
really hone in on what you have to offer as an individual and not allow other people to come in and destroy that, I really feel like you've gotten to a level where your survival rate might be a little longer than others.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
the lack of stress.
Oh yeah, that's
'Cause
major.
I'm chill now. Like if I was laid back before, I'm even more laid back now. Like I just, I try to go places and vibe out. 420 friendly.
There you go.
Invite
And
me.
we
Invite
all
me.
about that 420
Just
friendly.
saying, yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed my time, with loved ones, or even my own time going to parks, because I like the nature. I'll go outside. I like to roller skate now. So I've been roller skating in my living room for the past couple of months, but it works out. There's YouTube. There's
Wait, you use YouTube to learn how to roll skate?
yes, YouTube University will teach you anything you need to know.
Yo, that is something I did not think.
Yes.
Really?
Technology, anything with video game, cheats.
No, I got that. I utilize that. I'm talking about the roller skating.
Oh, yeah.
I've never.
I mean, you have to have the basics. The basic is being able to stand up on the skates, right? And then rolling back and forth. Everyone, I'm sure, has tried it as a child. If not, you've envisioned it. So, it's just taking one step at a time. So I was doing that. My main concern was learning how to skate backwards. I got it. However, I don't know how to transition from skating forward into skating backward, back into skating forward. I will fall.
Oh.
And I have several times. But
See,
I enjoy it.
just
It's
turn
such a
around.
stress relief.
I just
Yeah.
turn around and just like stop and start over. Like,
I love it. And shout out to everybody, all the skater heads out there.
I miss
it's
the
a
rinks.
whole community.
Yeah.
And I don't know much about it, but I'm going to learn.
that's what's up. That's what's up.
It's popping up.
So being that this is, I'm sorry if I cut you off.
That's
I
okay.
didn't mean to. Being that this is Respected DJ, I'm curious, and I like to ask all my guests when they come up, when did you catch the bug of wanting to be a DJ, or like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, that's it. Yep.
Well, music started from young. I think the first genre of music I started listening to outside of nursery rhymes was reggae, dancehall
Okay.
music, right? And then I used to go to parties as a young teen. My best friend, shout out to her, because her dad was her whole family is fully into reggae, dancehall
Nice.
music. So he would have a mixer spinning, her brother, coming up around my side of the family too. My uncle, he was coming up. So I've always had it around me, but didn't really know how I would transition into coming on, because none of them wanted to teach me.
Okay.
I've asked them,
Right.
I even reached out to other celebrity DJs. Some people got back to me, but I just had friends around me that did it weekend getaways. My friends would DJ. They bring their own equipment. I stand behind them, stalk them.
Right.
Try not to, be too close, too much up on them, because I know that's annoying to us DJs. People just hovering over you.
Yeah.
It gives me chills. But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of how I got my itch, and it is from young, And I said I had bought a mixer, and it took me about 3 months to take it out the box to try it, because I was intimidated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was intimidated, and reaching out to people to say, can you help me just get, the ball rolling? I had to do it myself.
Yeah.
And then, being disciplined and taking music and making sure it's clean and making sure it's edited for, like, the children and stuff like that. All that was work. So all that's intimidating. All that was outside. Oh my God, all this organization I have to do. And I'm still not fully organized, as you can see.
You're right. Your backup.
I mean,
backup.
The backup of the backup.
I just want to let y'all know.
I can't even use it now.
Y'all do not do this. She said this is her backup to her backup to her backup, and she was still plugging it in to use it at the same time live. You don't use your backup live, okay? Backup is an emergency.
I have so much music. I have to organize it. And
okay. I'm sorry. I don't mean to embarrass you on my show.
I'm just going to pay someone to do it because I don't have the time. So.
To organize your music?
It's a lot. I have a lot of music I have an old Mac from 2000. What year are we in?
2020.
That's not a age. Right. So, and I still have music on there that I haven't fully taken off of. So
it's called a terabyte. Just connect it and just dump it on there and just let it go.
Like I said, I'm lazy. I work in IT. Anything that has to do with me, I'm lazy. I can fix everybody else's stuff, but when it comes to anything I have going on, I'm a mess.
You're supposed to ask another IT person, maybe.
That's true.
Ask another IT person, and then that works out, because then they'll probably be the same way as you, and they'll move faster for you.
Yes, I need help, seriously.
So now I know that you started DJing. Well, as you were saying, you started DJing, but I started following you more on IG. I was seeing your work. As of recent, you was working on shows. You was actually doing venues. I was seeing more of your flyers coming out, and I'm big on like supporting female DJs because I think it's dope, and to me that's a secret weapon, to all DJ crew is if you got a girl who can rock out a party, that's it. If that's in your crew,
I'm hearing
y'all can kill
That's
it.
a big thing. That's
It
a
is.
thing, right?
It is. Listen, when it's a boys' club, you gotta have a female that could just shake it up one time.
Yeah,
and if she's on your team, then you're winning because nobody else has a girl that can rock out.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like trying to find that team to be on. I've been part of a lot of projects, but you have to know where you're wanted. You have to know where you're needed. There shouldn't be so many boundaries and stipulations to just be a part of something that's great. You know what I mean? So
right.
I'm more of a free spirit now. I don't necessarily jump on a bad bandwagon, if you will, but I just try to look for spaces where I can grow, I guess, as an artist, and not necessarily as a DJ, because I want to learn the business. I want to learn how to interact with people. There's all these different things that comes with being an artist. In general, people need to work on, and they ignore those things, and that's how they either get caught up in horrible situations or they get ran over. I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible because trust me, I've gotten burnt already.
Yeah, it's
so many.
It's something that
people still owe me money. People still owe me promises. People still owe me.
DJ
y'all
life.
Know who y'all are.
Yeah, that's that DJ life. A lot of people promise you stuff and they don't be fulfilling it, but then they get upset when you be like, well, I gotta charge you up front. You know what I'm saying? I need a deposit for everything for whatever you asking for.
It's part of the game, right? You gotta know how to play the game.
Exactly.
Whatever that is, yeah.
So now I know, like, as other DJs, as most DJs, we have to wear many hats. We just can't say, oh, I'm just a DJ and I could just DJ and everybody love me for being a DJ. No, you have to be a graphic designer. You got to be a club promoter. You got to be like an agent. You got to be an A&R. You got to do all these.
And it's funny, you don't realize you're doing all those things in that moment.
Right. Until you do it, until you get a gig where they're like, hey, do you make your own flyers? You're like, what? wait a second, isn't
Right,
that isn't
and
that
I've
what
had
you're
that.
supposed to be having here? And they don't want to pay you for that. So I know you do a lot of things, and I know you wear many hats. So let's talk
Yes.
about these hats that you wear. And then, are there any fedoras in there and some fly top hats and stuff like that?
I got
So
all of that. All of that. I wear a lot of hats. So I started off with graphic design. I was an artist back in my day, and I did a lot of drawing, a lot of freehand drawing. I'm able to see something and just draw it. My imagination, for some reason, wasn't the greatest. So like creating characters and stuff like that, I was better off just painting your face, right? So I went into that. I still have that background, graphic design, um, web editing, doing logos. I've done that. I've created an app that didn't fully go through, but I've touched on a lot of things technology-wise, aside of the art. And then I was also looking into becoming a producer because I actually have music in my head. I don't know how to put it out there. So I want to collab with the right people to try to get me to, explore that side. Beats. You need, from childhood, you knocking on the table with your friends, and you people are rapping and stuff like that. That's always something that I have loved and wanted to be a part of and just create something great from it.
well, you're in the right place. I know a bunch of people. I know
What
tons
else?
of people.
Marketing, branding. I worked with a company called Ladies Who Hoop. Shout out to them, up Upper West Side, and just getting the name out there, promoting. I have a page for that as well. Just
Ladies
trying to
Who
get
Hoop?
Ladies Who Hoop. Yes, just trying to get the word out for children as young as 5 all the way up to 70-something-year-old women playing basketball at the GOAT uptown.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, and we just chilling. Sunday they had the runs, and we all get up, we'll go out to drinks and stuff after. So I used to do stuff for that.
Wait a second. You got 75-year-old women going outside for
Yes.
drinks after bowling?
Yes, if it's not drinks, they're getting wings or whatever the case is. Some dive bar.
That's what I'm talking about. The Golden Girls, boy. That show was based off of people for real.
Right.
So now you also had a history in bowling as well.
I did, yes. I played my entire life. I started out as soccer. For some reason, that program wasn't available to me. Now thinking about it, I'm like wondering why that soccer program wasn't available to me. But that was a long time ago. So I ended up getting into basketball. My dad, shout out to him, I love him so much. He taught me how to play. He used to bust my ass with that hook shot. It was that Magic Johnson hook shot or Kareem. Sorry.
Kareem Abdul.
Yeah, every time, and it went in every time. It used to piss me off, but that just kind of made me a better player. Wanted to play, and I went through high school. I got injured. That's like right when the WNBA started. I'm not saying my age,
Right,
and I
right.
wanted to play, and I got injured. I was afraid to even jump anymore because I didn't have the rehabilitation that they offer in other school districts where I
Right.
was. So I didn't train. I didn't get a chance to really. Go to the D1 that I wanted to go to, but shout out to the schools that I did play at, City Tech in Brooklyn. I played there for like 3 years. That was fun. And that was it. That was the end of my career, and I just decided to just find people that wanted to play ball. It took 10 years to find women that I can play ball with, and that's how I fell in love with Ladies Who Hoop, yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
then
dope.
started working with them. And then I also did marketing for a company called Brown Aspirations. Is a black-owned stationery company, and I went to school with her. Shout out to her. We grew up together, and she's working out of DC, and her line is doing amazing. They have
what's up.
colored, like all blackness stationery. It's beautiful, and I told her that I wanted to be a part of it. So I told her, promote it, do the marketing. I did some shows with her at the convention center, just trying to, show that support. So I've been involved in a lot of things behind the camera. Shout out to them. I'm on a web series with them. We got picked up by a network.
Oh, nice. That's what's up.
Thank
for
you.
real.
Thank you. So it's still in the works. We still have other things going on. My character is the Connect, like the Madame / I'll bust your ass, shoot you up. But I won't do it. I have my peoples that do it. I have my girls. We
You got a
get
clique of
money, we
women.
get all that stuff. So I have to play that character, and I'm shy, so it's kind of hard stepping out of my comfort zone when it comes to doing those scenes. So, you know.
Well, I mean, that's why it's acting. You know,
Yeah,
you get to play somebody else. You know, it's not necessarily you. So you could be like,
right. And I have
how
to,
is this person? How would they act? You know what? He's an asshole. I'm gonna be a
right. And Power has helped me.
watching Power.
Yes, watching Power has helped me. Just, I mean, you know, just certain characters I felt like, you know, I can pull off with certain scenes or whatever, but it helps. Got to study something.
Right.
You know?
So now, because I know when we first was talking about trying to do interviews and linking up, you was working on the show, or
Yeah,
that was a show
it
you
was
was working
actually
on?
2 shows. I had started off. There was let me start from the beginning. So I have a partner. Shout out to her, Chef Dice, Dicey Wifey Catering Events, and we met. And I was just getting into DJing. I was just getting into doing venues, doing clubs and stuff like that. Not clubs, lounges. Let me correct myself. And we was going to collab. She was going to do the food. We was going to have an event, and I was going to do the music, get the artist, undercut, independent artist, to come up and perform. And we did that. And we was talking about having a show, but it just never happened, right? So then I met 2 comedians. Shout out to them, JJ Matisse and Ali. And we started a podcast called Professionally Inappropriate. I believe they already had it in the works, but they needed someone to kind of balance the two, right? And we did that for some time, and that was fun. I had a great time. And then, you know, everyone, I think I had stopped working, so I fell off a little bit. There was a lot of things going on in my life to where it was hindering me from being full-time with them.
Right.
And, you know, we spoke about it, recognized it, and, you know, again, shout out to them. You know, they're still doing a show, and I'm kind of just in the background. You know, I'll come on and, you know, show up every once in a while or something like that. But right now I'm just chilling out. And then now with Chef Dice in the Queued segment that we're doing, featuring myself, Dice and Queued, featuring myself, we have engagements as far as like talking about certain topics. Like we just did a live a week or so ago, just talking about everything that's going on, Black Lives Matter and politics, and just trying to make some type of humor out of a bad situation, right? And we've done a couple of shows in other venues, and we had our first Chopped and Queued Verse 1, where we had artists come out. I believe that was back in 2017. It was a great turnout. It was here in Brooklyn, you know, and we had the artists, we had young artists come out, I had DJs come and set up. It was a great turnout, and it was about the money. Like I understand, you know, you want to make money, definitely, but you want to make sure that you get your name out there. You treat the people with respect. You know, they understand that you're a good business person, and they can talk to you.
Right.
You know, if any issues come up, there was no issues that night. There was no miscommunication. Like it was just it was a crazy busy night, but it was smooth. Right. No issues, and that's the energy you want to have when you have these events. You know, so
Definitely, yes.
yeah, it's a lot more. I have a lot of ideas coming up, so make sure y'all just stay tuned, stay with me.
So now, no, that's what's up. No, we were talking even earlier today on the line, and we was touching on pre and post COVID work ideas and how we were seeing ourselves moving around, and it's like I know it just seemed like I just jumped around with that question, but with it, you know, with me asking that, it's like, you see that you was working on curating events then, which obviously was pre-COVID,
right.
you know, where everything was, okay, let me get the venue, let me get this, let me, you know, get everything's in order, things will go down the line. So now, moving forward, how do you see yourself being able to do events, or do you even see yourself jumping into like curating more events now? Like being that it's post-COVID, do you see yourself doing that? Do you even see yourself in that lane, in that space of even being in that lane?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I've been to so many, I've supported so many friends that curate events, and I know what I want to do and not and what I don't want to do. I know what I've seen and what I haven't seen yet.
Right.
So I feel like, my ideas and the people that I want to work with now, that, like I said, the energy is different. So there's a lot of people that I've worked with in the past that I would probably never work with again.
Okay.
They probably don't know that. But there's people that I know that I want to work with, that I know is going to bring that to life, and I can't wait. So yeah, I'm excited about doing more events. I have an idea. Again, I want it to be 420 friendly because that's where we're going.
Okay. I like that. We all like hearing stuff
everybody
like that.
just be free, like the music and just have a good time. And then you have the vendors there that actually are meaningful. I'm not saying that clothing and hats and jewelry and stuff is not meaningful. It is, but it has to have meaning behind. I want my vendors' products to have meaning behind what they're doing.
Okay.
To kind of showcase, our uplifting, our blackness.
Okay, so like stuff for like messages and even if it's coming from somewhere, possibly helping.
Exactly, charities possibly connected to or something. But you have to be doing something positive within the community. So it's not necessarily going to be like an essay per se that they're going to have to write. I'm not going to go that deep, but
sure?
I'm definitely going to do my research.
Okay,
before select. I'm not just going to be thirsty for money, just to get you in a show. It's not about that. I have to see how you work, how you move, and how you've been doing it. So it's going to be planned sometime, hopefully next year, we can figure something out.
Okay. Now, I know you are very, I want to use the right word. I don't want to say aware of it, but you lean heavily towards wanting to help black communities. You lean towards supporting black-owned companies and other assortments of that. So now with that, how do you see yourself doing that? Like right now, I'm thinking, most of my questions is gearing towards how do you see yourself moving post-COVID? Do you see yourself staying in the DJ realm? Like I'm gonna try to work with you, but as a DJ, or am I gonna utilize my hats and push forward with
I got you. My focus.
Yeah, what is your focus right now? Because
my focus right now is to get money. That's my main focus. If it has to be 7 lines of income, right? They said that's the minimum. So DJing is just one of them. The 9 to 5 is another one. Helping others, investing is another one. So I feel like grabbing all these different ways of getting income, it'll benefit me more for my future because I have to build a foundation before I can't help nobody else if I'm not set. I can't be trying to steal from Peter to give to Paul. I have to have it, So I need to focus on what I need to do, get my money up, still support, my friends, black businesses. Like that's what I'm all about. I'll promote you. We can collab, but I really need to focus on what I'm trying to do as, as a creator, I guess.
No, I hear that. Yeah, because I've been very interested. I've been pushing as for myself, and the brands that I work with and that I am creating myself, even other endeavors that I'm looking to do. Hey, don't laugh at me, man. I get tongue tied sometimes, but even looking at other endeavors, I've even been trying to be more aware of like black owned businesses and black owned banking and so much, but also not trying to get caught up in like everyone is putting up something because it's trendy as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because everyone at this point in time, you see everything. Everything is like whatever black, whatever. And I'm like, okay, and I'm like, do we really have to have everything now overly saturated? So it's like just trying to find a balance with it, and do you see yourself pushing to work with some of the, being that you're in Brooklyn,
Yes.
you know, and now you know you're out there. There are a lot of black owned, you know,
Yes.
restaurants and lounges
Yes,
and,
there
and things of that sort. Will you be seeing yourself out there and trying to work with
Absolutely.
them and trying to work with them?
And I have Indigo Style Lounge there in Bed-Stuy. It's a lounge that sells women's, well, unisex clothing. I did a couple of events for them there, literally a couple, and it was amazing. Like they had a street event, they had other vendors come and put out their table. So, you know, black owned. You know, shout out to them. That was a great collab for them and for us.
Okay, that's what's up.
And I try to reach out to black-owned businesses, but they usually already have someone, you know, and it's hard. So, and I don't really go that hard with trying to get residency. I had a couple, but you know, things happen. The budget falls through, and then it's like, and then the business aspect of it, the communication is not there, so you kind of just fall back. So, yeah, I've, you know,
Put in some work with it. Nah, I hear that.
Yeah.
What's your take on, as a DJ standpoint, what's your take on these people now with the lounges and everything outside?
Oh yeah, everything is outside now. I'm seeing tents up now.
I mean,
Wow,
like,
on the sidewalk, they're taking up sidewalk. We gotta walk on the street.
yeah, they took up the bus stop.
That's
If you
crazy.
go down Steinway Street right now in Queens,
You said that.
Yo, the bus stop is taken up. Okay, I personally have been waiting since Saturday to say this on camera. Why the hell are people waiting online to stand outside? People are waiting online outside to stand outside.
Right.
Like the VIP is outside, curbside. You're getting bottle service, but they got the rope. They got the rope. I saw it myself.
insane.
There was a line. There was a line for, I believe it was Fusion Lounge on Steinway. And I kid you not, there was a bouncer that went like this to someone. And I was like, wait, that's a line? I just thought of people standing outside that was like, I'm not going to pay to go through a velvet rope and pay the same bottle that I could go around the corner, cop
But
for
why?
$50.
But why?
I'm paying $250 outside. Then like, I don't get it. So I'm asking all DJs, what is your take on it? Because they're not hiring any DJs to,
No, they're
to
not.
play.
What they
They're
doing,
all playing
playlist?
Spotify. Yeah,
Yeah.
straight Spotify, Tidal, iTunes playlist. Yo, straight up. And I even saw someone had a boombox on a Jeep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they
Well,
had
that's
a
creative.
boombox.
That's kind of creative, actually. But
But it's a damn shame because
It
yo, you
is.
just took somebody's job and the whole club is utilized. Well, the club, I mean the whole sidewalk.
they're probably trying to catch up.
Yo, it
They're
looked
probably
like South
trying to catch
Beach.
up. Yeah.
It looked like Ocean Drive. Steinway looked like Ocean Drive.
They're not ready. Oh, Ocean Drive supposedly is not looking like that.
Yeah. Oh, California.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't hear that. Yeah, he was looking as well. It's like,
Yeah, so the sidewalks are looking crazy, and
Yo, New York City is looking crazy. I just hope that y'all make a documentary out of it at the, you know, like y'all are proving something, because I don't see the point in everybody standing outside, like
Yeah.
having hookahs, bottle service. They're flagging people down, but yet their friends are standing on the opposite side of the tent, smoking weed next to them. I was like, I was confused. I was really confused. They had Lambos parked outside. I was like, but wait, who you stunting for? Like,
I don't know.
like,
I don't.
Everybody's standing in the same spot though. Like, I'm like, we're all in the same spot. So who's special? The one that's spending $300, or the one that's looking at you spend $300 and saying, I went to the local liquor store and got the same bottle for like a fraction. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. I'm sorry. That's just some of my DJ thoughts. I don't know. I just been pondering that. It was bothering me, but
I could piggyback off of that though.
you can
Yes,
see that
because you know, even though it's like having not a full outfit on. So it's like you have your shirt on but not your pants. This whole us being outside but we're segregated but not really. There's distancing but no one's really honoring it. People are not wearing their masks. So it's like it doesn't even make sense. It's either you're gonna close everything or you're just gonna open everything back up. I
I've
think
been saying that.
I already know that they're falsifying the numbers. You know, they're telling you that, you know, the numbers are so high, super high, but honestly, that's just to get funding. They have to say the numbers are high so they can get funding.
I think
It's just
all,
that simple.
I mean, I like we could sit here and go in on all the false
Yeah, let's not do that.
propaganda. You know what I'm saying? That all the news has been telling us, but yet everybody want to listen to the news. And I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm not gonna do that to the good peoples of respected DJ. I'm not gonna do that to your ears. But I do like to know, what are you listening to at this time? What are you setting up? Like how are you occupying your DJ time?
That's funny. I had bought so many CDs back in the day, right, when I was in college. I just took my first credit card. I went and spent like $500 on CDs. And
I don't understand.
I just took them out the other day. They have old school 2000 reggae. I have a lot of Kiki. What's her name? Yes, Kiki Wyatt. The R&B, old school R&B. He was good, right? Yeah. Madonna. So it's a lot of stuff. I'm listening to a lot of old stuff that I pulled out recently. But I've been doing a lot of sitting alone, meditating with my loved one, and just sitting alone, even on my own time. Just I listen to books. I know people say you have to read books. I read books too, but listening to like these books that teach you about wealth and teach you about how to manage your time. So I've been doing a lot of that too, but the music has just been like stuff I've been finding recently, stuff I had from like the 90s and 2000s. So it's great stuff. I still have a lot of CDs to go through. I still have a whole bunch of stuff to go through, but yeah, that's where I'm at. Before, it was a whole bunch of Afro beats and Afro soca. Like, that was my thing.
Right, like because I remember, even for me, it was, I wasn't even able to go through my hard drive. Like, I knew there was songs that, like, I had it. I knew I had them in my hard drive. There was no doubt about it. I just didn't know where. Like my stuff is organized, but it's disorganized.
So, yeah.
But it's so much music, and it's like, now you've actually been, you've had the time to like listen to stuff,
right.
Or you're like, oh snap, like I went back and listened to the old Lloyd Banks albums. I was like, yo, you had some heat. I was like, yo, I forgot Banks had this joint. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna do a part. When we get back to doing parties, I'm gonna be like, yo, dude.
Yep.
Yo, you're a hater, bro. Queens, you know how we feel. We always talk about each other.
You know what? All right, so I have been listening to a lot of Pop Smoke recently.
Oh yeah, I have been doing that too.
His album just came out. And
no, I think that would have been a better album if he would have finished it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things, like it was a decent album, but it went from like the grime sound, and then it sounded like 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's not Pop Smoke. I'm like, if he would have wrote it, like the one song, like where you heard him harmonizing and like, okay, it was 50 Cent influence. It was like, all right, but then it's like, next thing you know, it was straight 50. At one point, it was straight 50.
You would say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see where you say that.
You know what I mean? Like the point, I think the album, once it hit Tiger, once the song with Tiger on it, everything after that, you could tell, okay, 50 did that. 50 harmonized that. He got someone that sounds like Pop Smoke in the studio to hit that note right there.
He has some great features on there too.
Yeah, like it was, and that's the thing. Like you're gonna tell me the song with the baby, and I forgot who it was, and someone else. What? Yo, you a hater, dude.
Have a fan.
Yo, he's not a fan at all. But like even when you heard the baby on it, it's like, okay, it was a dope song. Like his verse was good, but the energy would have been different if it would have been all three of them in there, or if it was like, okay, yo, they knew they were all doing that track together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Some artists get together or they write. You know, I would say we have an artist in here, but it's not him. Big shout to all the people in the background.
Yes,
giving the thumbs down. Big shout out to my executive producer, Mathematics. He's been thumbs down on everything I've been saying about Pop Smoke's album.
It's only been 5 minutes, right?
Right?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, 7.
But his beats, though, you know, whoever's on those beats, it gets me really hyped for working out because I still try to, you know, stay active. No, you don't like it? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, look, don't listen to him.
It made me
don't
feel
listen to him. Because he's going to like one song and then he's going to run that one song. He's going to be like, nah, son, this is the song right here. That's it.
And that's it. Or repeat forever, right?
Yo,
I
I'm
know
telling
people
you,
like that.
you say
Lord.
Post Malone, he's going to say congratulations. That's it. Like, yo, I swear, any party he's at, you will hear that song at least one time throughout the night. He makes his way to the DJ booth. See, one time. But we have reached the moment that we always hate on the show, which is where we gotta say goodbye, where we say the sign-offs. So at this time, we would like to give you the floor of saying any shout-outs, any buys you would like to give to anyone.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, shout out to my partner in crime, Dicey Wifey, Katie Events. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting me. I see everyone. I'll start supporting you guys once they're able to get back out there. You know, shout out to my mentor Trix. She's another DJ. She kind of helped me out, like kind of let me learn how to gain my identity, if you will. You know, because I didn't, you know, being in an androgynous moment, I can't even say that word properly. You know,
Androgynous.
Yeah, androgynous, right? I went from dressing up, being a DJ, feeling like I had to do that, to now where I can just wear sneakers and be chill and comfortable because, you know, it's a journey. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good. I'm good. Shout out to everybody that I didn't shout out. There's a lot of y'all. But, you know, yeah, that's it. I'm good. I appreciate you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for coming up.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And yes, and now this is how we're gonna end the show for season 3, episode 1 of Respect the DJ with DJ Swift. Me, baby. That's right. We just finished episode 1. This is how we doing it. Don't forget, always love, share, be music. Peace, y'all. We out of here. See y'all next week.